Alright, this rant's going to be so long that half of you watching this video probably won't even make it to the review. So I just wanted to start off by saying that I do like this toy, and I did want this figure, but I'm such a fan of Marvel and Marvel Legends and Hasbro that I just I want this, but then I get this. Like I dream of getting this, and then they deliver with this. So I'm at San Diego Comic-Con last year and I decided to go to the Hasbro panel. If I can get a sneak peek at toys coming up, I've never went to one before. I go to Comic-Con every year. So I figured, why not? I'll go check it out. So they pull this slide down to do a slideshow, and they don't even dim the lights. And then they show these figures on the screen that you can barely see because it's too bright in the room. And then it gets to this. Invisible Woman, Fantastic Four. And they haven't been doing Fantastic Four for a while because of licensing or bullshit that is way above our head. So the screen drops and they show this and the crowd goes, ooh. First off, you guys need to get off their dick. They just said that they can do Fantastic Four figures again. And instead of giving us an amazing Fantastic Four line with like 6 or 7 figures with a Build-A-Figure, they turned that into Walgreens exclusives. Now you guys that are buying into this Walgreens exclusive thing, which I obviously am too, is basically you're paying the same price for a figure, but now you get no Build-A-Piece, and now you probably have to wait 2 years just to complete the Fantastic Four. So when I noticed that they were doing the Fantastic Four at Walgreens exclusive, that means that you're probably not going to get all those cool characters that are related to the Fantastic Four that we really want and we really don't have in our collection. Good luck getting those characters. Either way, let's check her out. Okay, for those of you who stuck through that rant, here she is standing just right about 6 inches tall. And I went ahead and pulled out a few other Invisible Womans for comparisons. First off, here's this Herbie. We'll take a closer look at him in a minute. We got this really horrible Invisible Woman over here with these like balls for shoulders. Clear. Not very good. Then you have this one that looks like a tranny. Like, that's just, she might even have a bulge in there, I'm not sure. That one's not very good. When you have this one with the blonde hair, but I don't think it's supposed to be blonde. And whenever they do that clear, man, maybe they should do less articulation because that just doesn't go over very well. Then probably the most amazing one ever made, and I'm not talking about that one, I'm talking about this one, but we're going to check her out in a minute. And then you have some movie ones over here, which, I mean, the head's a little off, but the rest of it, pretty good fig. And then this one also, super skinny waist, nice low cut shirt, can't go wrong there. And then I'm not sure if this one came with the effects. I got 2 of these things floating around in my room. It actually shoots clear discs. And another one over here. So basically, they did like a painted one and a cleared one of every one. And don't get me wrong, if they make her in clear, I'll probably buy another one. It kind of sucks when the accessory's better than the fig. This happens to be one of those things. So here's the Herbie that it comes with. I actually really love this toy. I love the plug on his back. That's really nice. The head is on a ball. Not really a lot to show you there, but I do like this. I mean, even if you don't want the Invisible Woman, you pretty much have to buy it for the Herbie. Then you have this old one. I'm pretty sure this thing came in like a 5 or a 6 pack or something. It came with like the Fantastic Four, Herbie, and maybe even her kid. But I'm not real sure. I'd have to look that up. But here's the 2 Herbies side by side. I actually like both of these. Alright, we'll check her out real quick before we do some more comparisons. First off, she does come with an interchangeable hand in case she wants to do a pole dance or something like that. I couldn't imagine using the black hand because she's Invisible Woman, and the more invisible they get, I think the better the character is. So this one kind of has like an invisible arm that fades back, and that's kind of like where the joints they kind of ruin it for me. Like, to me, it'd almost be if this was like one solid piece of plastic where you couldn't see all the articulation in there, like how you see that pin. It just doesn't translate well. It's not really working for me. Then you got the kind of the clear hand over here. And if this thing looks familiar, it's because it's Marvel Legends, and it's this toy once again with a new head. So you see it's the same exact thing repainted. And like, instead of like showing us a little love, like they didn't bother sculpting this belt on. It's just painted on there. But that's kind of what they're used to doing. The Fantastic Four, the Four symbol is just like a screen print. They the gloves, once again, just painted, no sculpted line. The neck, and once again. And then the boots, just painted on boots. So, I mean, there's really nothing going on here except for this head sculpt. This head is amazing. Like, they really went all out on painting that. Like, I like the bottom lip, how it has like that gloss on there. The eyebrows, the eyes. So basically you get a repainted toy with an amazing head, but the head looks a little big, but who really gives a shit anyways? I'm just glad that the head looks good. Otherwise this toy would be a complete waste if you already have a bunch of Invisible Womans on your shelf. And for a comparison, I'm going to compare with the best Invisible Woman in my collection. I also have this in clear. It's right back there that it's actually turning yellow. But I know the head on this one, it definitely looks a little weird, but as far as the detail goes, it's almost just as good as the new one. And like, this head's kind of round and this head is kind of big and long, but whatever. But let's get into this figure for a second, just to show like a comparison. I guess I'll hold this thing up here too. So look at the four, screen printed on, sculpted on, really nice. These lines here, sculpted on. This line here, also sculpted. The boots are one of a kind. Tons of attention for detail. This isn't even like a movie fig. This is just a comic book fig. All this is sculpted on. This is like a one-off toy. Like, this thing is amazing. Let me ask you a question. How could they afford to do this then when nobody was buying their toys? And now that everybody in the fucking world is collecting Marvel Legends, they got to reuse shit. That just doesn't make any sense to me. This one has a hole in the back, but of course it doesn't have a stand. This one has a little, it's kind of pre-posed, so she's sticking her ass out a little bit. And so back in the day, we used to get this stand, and you could put stuff on it. And let's see if it still works, because I think that's what this hole was supposed to be for. So I guess it does work. So if I wanted to make her fly, hold on, it's tipping over. Let me get it going the other way. I could pull out one of my old Toy Biz stands that they made like 15 years ago, and it actually still works. I got a few of those laying around. There's the review. I mean, kind of use your own judgment on this one. If you got a stack of Invisible Women, this one's just kind of a repaint with a new head, but you do get that badass Herbie, so you might want to pick her up. Thanks for watching.